Hello, my beautiful friends. I'm Shannon. Welcome to Lifestyle Manifesting. On my channel, I am discussing manifesting as a lifestyle. Every area of your life, design your life the way you want it to be. Today, I want to talk about the law of increase. The law of increase is whatever you put your attention on is growing. Whatever you put your attention on, you're inviting into your reality. Where you put your attention is your world and your reality. So you do not want to put your attention on the fact that you don't have your desire, because the law of increase is law, and you will increase more of not having your desire or a longer time of not having your desire. If you're focused on not having, if you're focused more on having it in the future, I hope I have it by the holidays, you're going to have, that's lack. That's focusing on not having, and that's the law of increase. You will not have your desire. So, do you want to manifest your desire? Tap into the law of increase and put your focus and your attention on the fulfillment of already having your desire. You embody and feel and become that version of you who already has your desire. That is your inner voice, which is always going on through the day. You're having up to 60, 70,000 thoughts in a day. To align with the version of you with your manifestation, you need to have the thoughts and the perceptions and the feelings of the version of you who has it. That would feel like fulfillment. That would feel like exciting. That would feel like there's nothing missing. If you're manifesting a specific person, it would feel like there's nothing missing. So you have to use your inner dialogue or inner monologue, the inner voice within you, your self-talk, to create the identity of the version of you who has your desire. With the law of increase, you will have your desire. You have to say, and you have to really reprogram your mind, and you have to repeat the affirmations of your self-concept over and over until it's your natural, normal thoughts. Those thoughts look like, I already have everything I want. I know that I'm a goddess. I know that I can pull my specific person in. I know that they want to be a part of my life because I choose me, because I validate me, because I know this is my world and my world responds to me. And I know that everything in my world wants to be a part of me. Everything I want wants me. So with the law of increase, no matter what happens in your 3D reality, when you're looking at the circumstances, you're the creator. You get to create and define what everything means in your reality. So don't look at anything as lack. You have to look with the law of increase. You don't hear any movement from your specific person. Create the story that it's working out. The desire is already yours. They're thinking about you right now, this moment. They're madly in love with you. They are addicted to you. They're obsessed with you. To manifest your desire, you need to consistently have the thoughts that you already have your desire. Imagine you already got your desire yesterday. Your desire, your desire, many of your desires, you don't have to think of one. Many of your desires that you kind of deem as big, they're not big, right? It all happened yesterday. I want you to wake up each morning imagining it already happened yesterday. And then you walk through your day. What is the version of you where it already happened yesterday? And you have to tap into the thoughts and the feelings of the version of you that has your desire. It is about being delusional. It is about changing your mind and changing your concept of self, where you no longer identify as the version of you that was hurt. You no longer identify with the version of you who is a victim. You step into the success story that you are. You step into your confidence. If you need additional help, I have my course that I created. It is a blueprint to get you there. I have so many success stories from that course. When you go in and you apply yourself. So do you understand? You have to create your new identity. Okay? It's like creating a new avatar. You can't be the version of you who you are right now. If you're talking about, well, how am I going to get him back? That's not a version of you who has your desire. Okay, so the version of you who has your desire, my course is a blueprint of you to figure out what that version looks like. You have to figure out what that version looks like. What are the thoughts that you're having? What do you think to yourself? What would you even have a conversation with other people about? You need to have the conversation with yourself about the reality that you want. And you have to keep reprogramming yourself, and you're not thrown off by the 3D reality. You're solid. You're stable, solid and stable, and you've got it. And you stay loyal to the vision over and over and over in your mind. So I'm going to go ahead and answer some questions. How is everyone doing tonight? Wolfie Barbie, hey, how can we snap out of being tempted to check social media like a third party? Why would you do that? That's a version of you who doesn't have your desire. That's a version of you who's insecure. That's a version of you that doesn't feel like you have it all going on. Do you want to be that version of you anymore? Okay, so how do you snap out of being tempted? Because the minute you check, you don't get your desire. Okay, because the only way that you would want to be checking is that you're looking to see this is your partner. Okay, but you already know you're already talking about a third party. There is no reason you want to be checking, because you have an assumption of a third party. Guess what you're going to see? Whatever you put your attention on, whatever your assumption is, you're tempted because maybe there's a third party. Well, don't do it. Don't do it, because that's just going to prove to you and reflect to you the belief that you hold within. So what would be a better thing for you to do right now or anytime is say, you know what? I deserve to have my desire. I am valuable. I choose me. I'm going to go take myself out to lunch. I'm going to go do something special for myself. I'm going to have a bubble bath because I want to love and adore and worship my own body. That would be aligning with the reality. Anything but doing, you have to step into the new version of yourself. Put on a meditation, put some headphones on, go for a walk, go work out, and just listen to it over and over. I am chosen. I am wanted. I get everything I want. My life was built for me to have all of these gifts in the world. And I'm going to accept all these gifts. I'm going to receive the gifts. I'm going to accept them. I deserve them. I want them. I love them. I'm thankful for them. Okay. So you really just have to keep saturating your mind with how you want your life to be. You have to step out of the version of you who felt not picked. You get to pick yourself now. And by the way, when you choose you, your specific person will absolutely reflect the change within you. If you need help and support, because the 3D reality, right? The 3D reality reflects everything. But wherever you put your attention is I'm talking about the law of increase, which is your manifestation. Right? So wherever you put your attention, you're manifesting. Are you going to put your attention on being unsure and secure? Maybe there's a third party. Or do you want to join my subscription, my monthly group? It's a subscription. My monthly group is a place where that's where you want to put your attention on increasing the vision of you who's powerful, increasing the vision of you who knows that you get what you want, increasing the version of you who your specific person is obsessed with you. And now you're like, I don't even know if I like you anymore because I've got so many other people that are all wanting this. Okay, you got to step into that version. Okay, so stop identifying with the old version of yourself and just say, I'm not going to do that. I'm done. You've done it enough in your life, and you are sick and tired of living that life. And now you've woken up to realize you're getting everything you want. But to get everything you want, you have to keep your attention and intention on the fulfillment of you living a good life and getting what you want. And that you're the prize, and that you're the premium first class one and only. Okay, so that's how you snap out of it. Just snap out of it. Be like, just say, you know what? I am tired of this. I am not doing that to myself anymore. You're going to consistently tell yourself over and over, and the more you tell yourself over and over and over, you believe it more and more. And now not only do you believe it, the world shows you, and now you have a reflection in your world of this belief. And that will help you gain your confidence and gain, by acknowledging those successes, you will gain your confidence. How to believe things can change overnight. I'm working on self-concept, but I struggle to believe things. Yeah, can change quickly overnight. Well, say that affirmation. Things can change quickly overnight. Okay, have you ever had a situation, by the way, my awakening or my understanding with the law, like law of assumption, law of attraction, the law that's existing, the unseen reality. I literally went from victim mentality, like within a split second. It flashed before my eyes that I was creating everything. I could see it, right? You see that you're creating everything, at least you see some evidence. I just, in a split second, I was like, you know what? I can't live my life like this anymore. I have the rest of my life to live. And I stepped into a whole new version of myself instantly shifted into a new version of myself. And then I just kept solidifying that over and over. And I kept thinking bigger and bigger. Okay, so there is an example. There are many examples through life that you could probably look at your own life or people even in social media. You know, you do want to align with success stories in the world. So that's fine to look at social media or wherever in the world for align yourself with success stories. Okay, so it can happen overnight. I've had many manifestations happen instantly and happen overnight. So it's the law. It's the law, right? And I'm just talking about the idea and the law of increase. It's law. The law of increase is wherever you put your attention increases and grows, or you're inviting into your reality. You're inviting and aligning with that reality. So if you put your attention on, I can manifest overnight. I intend this happens overnight. I intend it feels like it happens overnight. That's okay. As you wake up every morning, I want you to think of yourself like, I just woke up in a new reality. Everything has changed. Maybe it doesn't look that much different, but so much has changed. Let your mind go to that place. Even though you can't see your specific person, you know that something has changed because we already see in reality, even though it's coming from you, but we're going to look at how we perceive reality a little bit. We perceive reality. Somebody can have a change their mind within a second. Someone can change their mind. You can't see what's happening in someone else's mind, right? We understand behind it that everyone's ourself pushed out, okay? But the way we see 3D reality, we don't see what's in their mind. You can't see what's in your specific person's mind at this moment, okay? So you can assume, which you'll be creating, oh my gosh, like you are on their mind. And they have this inclination to call you right now. That's what you could assume. Don't get upset if it doesn't happen right now. You have to make that your dominant thought over and over and over. You will see a reflection. Okay? You don't have to believe, and you don't even have to believe 100%. It's just your affirmations and your thoughts are creating. Okay, so even you could say to yourself, I don't have to even believe this, but all you have to know is you put your focus on something, it will grow and expand. It will increase. It's the law of increase. Your assumptions, law of assumption. What are you assuming that someone is thinking about you? Your assumption needs to line up with the version of you who has your desire. Okay, so you can change quickly overnight. Align with evidence, right? You'll see evidence in your reality and you go, oh yeah, that's something that happened overnight. Maybe something with family, something with parents, anything can change quickly. People's lives change quickly overnight, okay? And they change quickly overnight in great, amazing ways. And they also change overnight in horrible ways, okay? So you wanna be aligning with changing overnight, and it's the best thing ever. Thank you for being here. I appreciate all of you. Thank you for being here. I haven't been live in a late evening in a long time, but I came home and I thought I better go live. Can I manifest 3 high-value men wanting to date me out of nowhere? Absolutely, you can. I manifested, back in the day, I manifested people out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. You know what out of nowhere meaning? I just scripted out what I wanted. And everything I wrote down happened. Everything I wrote, the type of car. Okay, so do you understand? That's how lucid reality is. That's how flexible, that's how much you can shape your reality. I wrote down how many children he had, the value of, I'm also a realtor. So I wrote down his home, the home value, the car he drives. Okay. I was testing it. And I wrote all of that down and I manifested all of that. Okay. So The reason I'm telling you that, I mean, those aren't the most important things. I'm telling you that so you have an understanding that this whole world is a holographic image of whatever's in your imagination. So start thinking big. If you haven't been thinking big already, start thinking big. If you think you're only going to make 100,000 this year, that's not big. Start thinking 1 million. Start thinking making 1 million a month, not 10,000 or 5,000 a month. You're making $1 million a month, $1 million coming into you. Coming into your life, right? So three high value men, right? Wanting to date me. You just tell that story to yourself. You affirm that. I am a high value woman. I always get the high value guys. Everyone is enamored with me. Everyone is admiring me. These high value men admire me, love me. They're addicted to me. Okay, that's your inner voice. But so you're affirming that you want your inner voice to be that, your inner voice, right? Your subconscious mind. You are imprinting what you say to yourself on your subconscious mind. So if you're affirming high value men are coming into my life, they love me, they're addicted to me, and then you go out with your friends and you start feeling insecure and you're like, nobody likes me, nobody's approaching me. You're telling two stories. And when you tell two stories, you don't see movement in your reality. You may see a little bit of breadcrumbs. Okay, so you don't want that anymore. Stop doing that. You have to be you have to have a disciplined mind, and you have your inner conversations with yourself, your inner voice, your self-talk, what you say to yourself, your monologue to yourself, right? Those are all the different ways to say that, right? You have to align that with the version of you, with the version of you that you want to be. Okay? And it happens out of nowhere. My world is so lucid, it happens out of nowhere. Okay, so happens out of nowhere can happen in so many different ways. You don't have to know how. Don't even try to construct and determine the how. That's not your job. Your job is only to identify and choose your reality. That's your job. When you start to think, I mean, we can contemplate, it could happen if I go here, there, whatever. I mean, that's better than thinking it won't happen. But you don't even have to go there. Don't go there. Go to the end. Go to that vision of the experience that you want, and affirm that, and consistently affirm that. It must manifest. Gabby, hello. Things have been amazing with SP. Amazing, good, great. It will continue to get better and better. Keep your self-concept right on point. Now test things out. Like I just said, you could test out anything. You could test out your SP buys a new car. You could test out your SP is calling you babe, or your SP is calling you some endearing name. You can manifest that your SP is telling you that you look like some superstar celebrity. You can imagine whatever you want, whatever you want to hear. Imagine it, because you want to keep testing yourself over and over, and you want to see the evidence of your imagination. We broke up 5 months before. I'm laughing because it's like, All right, we broke up 5 months before. Yesterday we talked. He has a new relationship. He said, thank you, take care. Well, so where are you at? Do you feel hurt and broke and rejected and unwanted? Because if you feel that way, then you must stay in the reality you're in. Do you want to shift to the reality where you are together? Where he is with you. He is with you. You want to shift to that reality? Now think, what would that reality look like? It happened yesterday. So you have to play in your mind with this. You've already manifested whatever happened. You manifested that situation. Unconsciously, you didn't really realize what you were doing. We didn't realize we're creating our reality this way, okay? So all you have to do is test it out. So imagine, yesterday you got back together. There's no one in the picture, but yesterday you got back together. And he said, so you don't have to, go into the future, imagining it's just so solid, right? It happened yesterday, and he's saying, you know what? You are the love of my life. You're the one I love. You're the one that I'm thinking about all the time. You're the most amazing person to me. You inspire me to be the best. I love being in your presence. Okay. So if you're imagining that version of your specific person, you first and foremost have to be imagining the version of you who hears that. So the version of you who hears that, and it happened yesterday, well, you're feeling great. And you're like, God, this, like that feeling of like love and everything's okay, or you feel satisfied and you don't feel all stressed out and you don't feel rejected. You have to shift. You have to shift into a new version. Okay. And you have to create that this is normal and this is natural for you to shift into a new version of yourself. The new version of yourself feels loved. So you say, I am affirmations. I am loved. Because I love me. I am chosen because I choose me. I validate me. I am a great person. I am a gift of life. I am the perfect partner. I'm in fact the dream partner. And if you need ideas of affirmations, go to my playlist on YouTube. In my playlist, I have affirmations for I am the prize. I am a priority. I also have a sleep meditation. I am chosen. Okay. So when you're thinking about this, like I am chosen, it's not that you think you want to be chosen by that person and you're putting them on a pedestal up here, but yet it's you got to tweak it differently. You are choosing you. I am chosen. You feel chosen. I know I'm chosen. I know I'm wanted. And you need to saturate yourself with those ideas and those thoughts consistently over and over and over. And how long will it take? It will take as long as for you to believe. It will take as long as for you to believe the story that you're telling. So you're not focusing on your specific person. You're dominantly focusing on yourself. You're dominantly focusing on the vision of you. You can use the idea of the new version of your specific person to help you visualize and figure that out. Okay? My self-concept course will help you get there. The link's in my bio. Download the course, go through that, put no attention on whatever he said to you. You are totally disregarding all of that. That's an old reality that it no longer serves you. And now you're stepping up. You came here to step up in the highest version of yourself. The highest version of yourself who knows you love yourself. The highest version of yourself who knows that's the version of you that knows you're chosen and wanted and loved. You become that version and your whole world is going to reflect it. Not only this person, you will have other people. Oh, Miranda, manifesting a job. I got a second interview. Amazing. Congratulations. Okay, remember, you want to take everything that's happening in your reality as a success and remind yourself, acknowledge the success. Like, oh, I got a second interview. I'm amazing. Go to the end. What does it look like? Imagine yesterday that you had the second interview and it was yesterday. And now today you wake up and what do you feel like? You have to practice that version of you every day. What does that version of you feel like that got the job? What would you be saying to yourself? What is your inner voice saying? What is your self-talk? What do you say to yourself? You'd say, oh my God, I love my new job. I'm so excited for it. I'm making so much money. We negotiated, like you can imagine you negotiated your salary and it was like 10 times. I mean, what feels good to you? Because really, whatever number you say is what will be your reality. Okay, so the salary you're making is even bigger than you expected. You got more than what you were hoping for. Okay, so what are your thoughts today? And not only the thoughts pertaining to the job, but your general thoughts about yourself would be like, yeah, I'm valuable and they see my value and people love working with me. And this is a really powerful idea when it comes to anything, really, actually anything, whether it's a specific person, a job or anything. Think of the idea of Starbucks. I mean, everyone is like lined up to go to Starbucks. Everyone's always telling the story about Starbucks. I mean, on TikTok, it's like Starbucks and this and that. Okay, so you think of yourself as like that, right? Like you're a Starbucks, right? And what does that feel like to be a Starbucks? It feels like people are lined up to come to you, right? To be with you. So with a specific person, you're thinking, they're lined up to be with me. Not only that, everybody's talking about me. Okay, so for work, right? Everybody is lined up. It's like you are in demand. So think that way, right? You have to think, when you think that way, your world will show you that you're in demand. You get every job you want. So that would look like you going in your mind saying, like, identify, I'm like Starbucks and people are lined up to work with me, to be with me, to be in my presence. They love the value I provide. People love Starbucks. They don't buy it and then complain about it for the most part, right? Generally, no. Generally, they're like, they love paying $5, $10 for a drink. Okay, they like the value that Starbucks provides. So now you identify yourself like that in a way, right? Like, people are lined up to work with me. They will pay me the highest. You get paid the highest, beyond. You're the highest paid in your field. Okay, so will that happen with this job? Understand, you persist. I mean, you could jump right into a new job in a month from now, exceeding your salary as you continue to affirm this version of you over and over, right? Consistently be this solid version of you. We're not going at entry level pay. No entry level pay. You guys are above and beyond. You are master manifestors. You know how to do this. You see that you are in demand. Okay, so with a specific person, you are in demand. What is that now? It happened yesterday. You don't even have to focus on that specific person. Just imagine yesterday you are in love, and yesterday your specific person told you they're in love. So you've already been together. Now, yesterday they said, I am in love with you. And what else would they say? What would that look like? What would that sound like? And how would you feel? You feel like, I'm in demand. Okay, so practice feeling that. Let that image, entertain that image in your mind. Paint that picture in your mind. And it may not feel normal and natural at first, but you keep saturating yourself and you look from a different perspective, and you can look through a different view. You can look through the view of how your specific person sees you. You can look through the view of how maybe parents and friends see you. Okay, so if you're with the love of your life and you're in a great relationship, what is the perception that your friends see you? So that perception would be like, and everybody sees that we have the best relationship. Those are the thoughts you would have. Okay, this is how you identify and get that work down of what would you be thinking. Because the minute you go back to, I'm going to check social media, let me see. Well, I mean, there's only you and your reality. That's like self-sabotage. Do not do that. Do not do that. Okay, so what do? You just say, I'm the greatest. I'm in demand. And you keep saying it over and over. And you keep saying it over and over until you believe it. And as you believe it, your world shows you. And sometimes your world even shows you before you believe it, because you've been affirming it. I have affirmed things that I did not believe, and people just started telling me. One of the first things I started affirming was, my legs are strong. Okay, so I said the affirmation, I said it consistently. And at that time I was running a lot, but at the time it was like my legs were not my favorite body part, right? But I was doing a triathlon, and I was running and I was biking, and I was stating, my legs are strong, my legs are strong. Okay, I can't tell you. And it was still not my favorite body part, right? My thighs. So what happened? Not all of a sudden, it felt like out of thin air, because we were just talking about that, right? It felt like out of thin air. Although I had been affirming it for a long time. Now, one person said, wow, your legs look so strong. I had been affirming that my legs are strong. I wanted them to look strong and lean and tight and firm. Those were my affirmations. When I looked down, they didn't look that way. So even though it wasn't even true, it totally wasn't true yet. My legs hadn't really, in my opinion, shifted, but I had been affirming it enough. I had reflection. I had people tell, not just one person, it was at least 3 people in 1 week said, your legs look so strong. Okay. So you don't have to believe what you're saying, but know that what you're putting your attention on and your focus on is manifesting or reflected, is a manifestation in your world. So now just think, what do you want to start saying? Oh, my hair looks beautiful today. My smile looks magnetic. I am a goddess. Just start saying that. Just stop focusing on needing to have the specific person in your life and start just thinking like really intrigued about this and start testing it in many different ways. Start testing it with a job. Start testing it what people would say to you at work. I think you need a promotion. Just start affirming that. See what people say. You've been working so hard, I wanted to give you a bonus. And keep imagining that and watch it and test it. Why not? This is all about you testing it to keep proving it to yourself. Yeah, you really just start saying it. Okay, but you said, I'm still in love with him, and you put like a frown face. Well, don't put the frown face anymore. You're putting him on a pedestal in a way, right? I'm still in love with him, but he's not with me. This is all victim mentality. Okay. Do you want to test this yourself? You want to test it yourself? Step into a new version of you right now. Be empowered, be so intrigued, and keep testing this out and keep affirming it. Just say, I'm a goddess. I am beautiful. I am amazing. I'm the perfect dream partner. And keep saying it over and over and over. Like I said, I didn't have to believe my legs were strong. And what happened? 3 people in 1 week told me my legs were strong. So you will see a reflection. You will see. The reflection could be maybe his best friend says to you, you know what? He's still talking about you. Okay. So what would you do in that case? You would say, yes, it's working. You wouldn't say, okay, but what's going on? But isn't he still with that person? And then you look on social media, and remember, you're the creator, you're the operant power. So you have to align the stories that you tell yourself with the outcome of your, fulfillment of your desire. The outcome would be, ooh, his friend told me that. This is working. I love it. I intend that I hear from him today. I know that I'm a goddess. I know how to create my reality. This is solid. It's already done. Okay, so I'm helping you practice in your mind with stating I am affirmations and the story you tell yourself to align with the reality of having your desire. I have affirmation videos. I try to go to the place where I'm helping you identify and have the thoughts of the version of you with your desire. My ex and I still have feelings and see each other, but won't commit again because he doesn't see a future. All right, Sarah, so you understand, I don't know how long you've been sitting here, joining us here. All right, so whatever you just wrote down, you manifested. You just manifested what you wrote down. And whatever you wrote down here is in your reality because you believe that that's kind of the truth of your reality. But how do you shift? How do you switch and manifest a reality where you are together? Manifest the reality where he says he sees a future with you. Because whatever you say is what you're manifesting. Whatever our thoughts consistently create our reality. Our whole reality, what we see. Our whole reality is our thoughts and feelings and perception, how we feel about ourselves. Especially with a relationship, we want you to be at the place where you're really solid in knowing it's like you're solid and you're secure and you feel chosen and you know how to create a reality and you know how to create a solid relationship. Okay, so you want to focus on the vision that you already are together. Okay, don't even focus on him. Okay, even though I'm saying that you are together, you're not focusing on him. You're focusing on the feeling of the fulfillment of already being in a relationship. The feeling that you already feel chosen. Not because he chooses you, but because you are the creator choosing you. As I was stating, the law of increase is where you put your focus and attention grows, right? You're increasing. So all you need to do is put your attention on self. And when you put your attention on yourself, right, on self, now you increase. You increase in magnetism. You increase in love. You just draw things to your life. When you put your focus outside of you, you're putting it outside of you because you feel the lack of it. It's like, I want this in my life, but I don't have it. Okay, so now instead of doing that, because that will only create lack, you have to put your attention on yourself. And you create a whole new self-concept. You have to create a whole new identity. You cannot be the person who is sad and crying and can't get over it. You can't be the person who's a victim. You don't want to be, okay? You don't want to be that version of you. You have the thoughts of the version of you with your desire. And that looks like, I'm a goddess. I'm amazing. I'm a perfect partner. You also have to let go of the whole old story, okay? You're not going to be thinking anymore about, but he said he won't commit. Nope. That whole story is over. You have to visualize, you picture and imagine a version of him who's absolutely committed to you. Picture a version of you who's like a Starbucks, and it's like, you are in demand. And maybe you'll let the version of him who loves and adores you and worships you in. You're in demand though. What does it feel like to be in demand? Okay? Create your standards. Your standards should be way up here. They're not down here. You're not taking breadcrumbs. You're not accepting that reality anymore. Your standards are loyalty, devotion, commitment. Okay, I mean, do you want those things? Then make those your standards. You create your own list of your standards. Respect. You're a priority. All right. Taurus Moon, thank you for following. Hello. Callie said to Arrows, affirm it, know it, live it. Yeah, I like how you stated that, right? Affirm it, know it, and live it. So know that you're a goddess, know that you're a god, and just walk and live that. Affirm it. I'm a goddess. I get everything I want. Just know it and live it. I have manifested many things, got back with my SP, but I still get triggered. I sleep with affirmations. Okay, great. Affirmations are helping. You are reprogramming your mind. That is the perfect time to state your affirmations or to listen to affirmations, because it's your subconscious mind is open. It's the doorway for recreating that vision of you. So continue to sleep with the affirmations. Continue to listen to that. Have breathing, because I know when people are triggered, sometimes that also means you may have anxiety, right? So you want to loosen the resistance, loosen the feeling of anxiety, right? We get triggered, you feel anxious, it feels like you don't have what you want, your breathing is shallow. Use breathing techniques to calm your body. You create physiological changes in your body. You breathe deeply in and you breathe out and you get yourself to relax. And you want to be doing that several times a day if you do feel anxious, okay? It's okay. You got triggered. No big deal. No big deal. So what? You were triggered. Okay, so do you understand this is conscious creation? So the reason I'm stating that it's okay if you were triggered, that's okay. Just get right back on. Get back on your affirmations. Okay? Start shifting to the version of you who's no longer triggered. Now, here's something else. So I was trying to figure out if you're saying you are back together. You're back together. Because you said you got back with SP, but I still get triggered. Okay, you still get triggered because maybe an old story is coming up. So keep focusing on the new story. The new story is you are solid, you are secure, you have to see the best in your SP. Don't bring up anything from the past, because then that will just bring the past into the future. Okay, we don't need to have any kind of conversation with that, but you have to see a new version of your specific person. The new version of your specific person you keep affirming over and over. The new version of your specific person loves you, adores you, prioritizes you, appreciates you, says the nicest things to you, knows what your love languages are. Your specific person knows all your favorite things and has it listed in their phone, and it's in the phone, and your specific person is they know what your favorite ice cream is. So whenever you want that, they're just surprising you with it, and they know your favorite flowers. Let yourself go to that place, okay? Just like, what would it feel like if they knew that everything, like all of your favorite things, okay? So everything's going to be all right. When you go to sleep, set the intention. I intend that I'm going to wake up feeling really relaxed. I intend to know that I'm the God of my reality. I intend to wake up tomorrow and I feel a shift in my reality. I've already shifted even more into this new version of me. So you want to think that consistently, like through the day, even when I take a walk with my dog and I go over a sidewalk crease, you know, the crease in the sidewalk, and I'll kind of create this visual like, oh, I'm stepping into a new reality, and I'm just helping myself stay in that place of knowing that I could shift at any moment in time. I can shift into a new reality. I can shift where I feel like everything has changed. Okay, so let that be something that's like right on your mind about shifting. I wake up and I shift into a new reality. I wake up and my desires are fulfilled. I wake up and I feel great. I intend to wake up and feel great. Yeah, and okay, so I know you wrote it like several times, right? So it's like you got, but every time you're writing this story here about X won't commit because he doesn't see a future, I don't meet certain requirements, whatever he said, you replace it. What requirement? So let's not even go there, okay? I meet all his, let's not even go there. It's not about you meeting his requirements. Does he even meet your requirements? Okay? So you have to affirm, you have to completely disregard all of that. You give no importance to that. You ignore what was stated from him, what was said from him. Now, go to the end and you affirm the version of you with your desire. And that means you're not paying any attention to what happened in the 3D reality. If you need help, because when we discover that our thoughts precede the physical reality, you got to get a little bit of a handle on that. Okay, you got to get a handle on knowing that your thoughts and what you imagine happens first and the 3D reality is second. If you need support and you need inspiration and motivation and you need that help to stay focused on that desire and that version of you, join my membership group. It's $35 a month and it will help you immensely. That group is powerful because when you think the 3D is more powerful, you just go to that group. It's an app. It's kind of like, Facebook in a way, but not really. It's an app with a feed. I go live in that group 3 to 5 times a week. It depends. I have a Q&A at least every other weekend. And through the week, I have other topics. You can chat with me. You can chat with me. You can chat with anyone in the group. You can post anything. You would have help to stay and align with the version and vision of you with your desire. So you're no longer saying, he won't commit, I don't meet his requirements. You have to start telling the story, I am above and beyond any requirements. Not only that, I am in demand, baby. I'm in demand. Do you meet my requirements? You got to be that version of you. You want to be closer to that version of you than the version of you that feels like, no, it's like your standards don't even meet up to his. What is he talking about? Okay, just disregard all of that. That does not align to the goal. The goal is being in a relationship. It could be him. Do you understand? There are 10,000 people that could be your partner, the perfect partner, including a new version of that specific person. So don't focus on just one person. You focus on you are in demand for the tens of thousands of suitors, tens of thousand potential people out there for you. Now start looking from that vision because you can create that if you want to create that. If you want it to be that one person, absolutely. You get to have what you want. You can have anything you want because all possibilities exist. But you have to, in order for that reality to manifest, you've probably heard this, right? It's not about wanting your desire. It's about you have to become the person You have to become that person. And it's not like you have to become that person. It's more specifically, you only have to assume you are that person. So assuming you are that person is you having an inner voice saying to yourself, I'm a goddess. Okay? You might not feel like a goddess because you got broken up with. You feel rejected. So do you feel like a goddess or do you feel rejected? You have to keep practicing being a goddess every single day, all day long. I love myself. I choose myself. I validate myself. I am incredible. I am a dream partner. It's a dream to be with me. It's like the dream. Men or women, right, whoever, right? Men just come into my world and they're addicted to me. I mean, I go anywhere and everyone wants to date me. I have the pick of the litter. I get the choice. Everyone wants to date me. So do you want to be that version or do you want to be the version who is rejected? Okay. I mean, those aren't the only two versions. So it's about you choosing you. I said, what do you mean? Don't identify with the old version of yourself. So the version of you let's say you and a specific person are broken up. The old version of you, well, I'm creating right now, that's an old version because you're stepping into a new version right now. The old version of you is the version of you potentially right now. Okay, but we're shifting to that new version. The old version of you is the version of you who doesn't feel wanted by this person. The old version of you is the one who is rejected. The old version of you is the one who's maybe checking their social media. The old version of you puts them on a pedestal. The old version of you is lonely and sad without them in your life. That's the old version of you. So you step into a new version of you. Okay, you step into a new identity. That's the same word, old version of you. You're shifting into the old identity is like unwanted, rejected, alone, sad, triggered. That's the old identity. So you want to step into a new identity. Now, the new identity is, think of the identity of the version of you who has your desire. So if it's a specific person, your identity would be, I feel loved and I feel chosen and I feel amazing and I know I'm wanted and I know that I know that I'm a beautiful person and I love that I'm living my dream life. That would be the identity of someone that feels really great in a relationship. It feels like everything's perfect. It feels like my life's going great. So you have to identify with that version even though you don't feel that way because okay, you have to start feeling that way. You have to start identifying that yourself that way. Sally said, this really works. It absolutely does. Wolfie Barbie, I will thank you so much. All right, I'm expecting success stories. I'll come back tomorrow. So can you follow me here and get an alert when I go live? And follow me here and come back. I'm expecting tonight. I'm intending success and movement overnight. And I want you to come back. I want you to subscribe here. And I want you to come back tomorrow and tell me your success story. And if for some reason tomorrow you're busy, I will be here Monday. I will be live. I go live during the week, usually around 2:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Between 2:30 and 3 Central Standard Time. I'm in Chicago. All right. So I'm expecting success stories. I expect success stories, and I do see lots of success stories over and over and over. And I see so much success. I see success in my private group, my subscription group. I have a free Facebook group. If you want to go to the free Facebook group, there's success stories there. There are people aligned with this understanding that you're the conscious creator of your own reality. So that's a great place to go for support. To my free Facebook group, which is in my bio as well. I have the course that I created, which is a blueprint. I have so many success stories there, consistent success stories. And you have to align with a version of you who is like, I'm success. I am success. Everything I touch turns to success. I know how to manifest a specific person, right? I mean, I'm chanting off the self concept of the version of you who has your desire. Right? And who's a powerful manifester, who's a powerful conscious creator. So that looks like I know how to manifest anything and everything in my life. It's easy for me to manifest success. It's easy for me to align and create success in my life. It's easy for me to manifest a specific person. It's easy for me to get everything I want because everything I want in my reality wants me. It's easy for me to live my life. It feels so good. It's like the world has my back. It feels really safe and supportive. I love where I'm at. I love that I'm abundant and prosperous. I love that I just step into health and well-being all the time. My body moves in response to whatever I say. Not only my body does that. Remember, every single thing is a manifestation. The body is a manifestation. If I tell my hair to grow long, my hair grows long and looks healthy. If I tell my body, my waist to shift a little, my waist just listens to me and shifts. If I tell my reality, right, we're commanding everything anyway. So what are you telling to yourself on a daily basis? Are you telling yourself, this outfit looks bad. Oh, I gained weight. Oh, my hair looks bad. Oh, right? What are we saying to ourselves? Because whatever you say to yourself is what you create in your reality. When you dominantly say that, whatever you're dominantly stating over and over and over, your dominant beliefs are manifesting in your world. So what? Now, the first step is really your awareness and observation of where are your thoughts, what are your beliefs and what are your thoughts and what are you thinking about? Okay, so start talking to yourself like you already have it. Start talking to yourself like you are the beauty standard. Start talking to yourself and the world that it just moves and responds to you because it's already doing that. Yeah. Alana, to manifest my SP back, I have to work on my self-concept and change the story of my SP from the past. Exactly. And you're going to do that. You're doing it right now. Right now, being here, you're already shifting into, essentially, it's like, look at it like a new timeline. Okay, you're collapsing into a new timeline because everything exists. The reason this works is because all of creation is already complete. Everything's existing right now. Everything exists. So you are shifting and aligning to the version of you that already exists in this reality. So the self-concept of the version of you who has your desire. The self-concept of you have your desire, that means your specific person has shifted to a new version of them. Okay, you don't want to even pay attention to the past. Let go of the past. The past does not have to create the present moment. But the problem is people, because the way we lived our life, we think that it has something to do with the present moment. And because we think the past has something to do with the present, that's why we live what feels predictable or what feels very linear. So you want to shift into a new reality really quickly. You have to understand that there's only the eternal now. Right now is the only moment exists. Don't think about what happened yesterday or this morning or last week. Stop talking about all this drama from last year and the year before. Stop talking about all that stuff because the only reason all of that's in your life is because you've been talking about it and thinking about it and telling stories about it. Stop doing that and start telling only stories about the highest version of you, who's the most successful, the version of you who's wanted, desired, admired, the version of you who's inspiring, the version of you who's just greatness. You were born greatness, so keep stepping into that version. How can I increase feminine energy? I have an affirmation video for high value woman. Okay, so high value woman is that whole meditation is about feminine energy, stepping into your feminine energy as a high value woman. Okay, so you could go there and listen to those affirmations. Okay, and you could also declare it without even understanding or knowing what feminine energy is completely. If you start stating, I increase my feminine energy, I tap in to my feminine energy, I align with masculine energy that's a provider, right? So just by stating, remember, wherever you put your focus, it's the law of increase, right? You're increasing, Okay, that's what's growing in your reality. So if you put your attention on feminine energy, well, you will just naturally start walking into a reality where you are tapped into your feminine energy. You will probably see videos about it. Now someone will start talking about it. You'll see a book about it. I mean, however it happens, it will happen because you put your attention on it. Or intention. I intend to align with the highest feminine energy within me. Okay, and literally that's all you need to do, and you will. Okay, because that's where you put your attention, and that will manifest. But listen to my meditation. It'll be a really powerful meditation for you. Okay. Oh, we have some affirmations shared here. I am loved. I'm always chosen. I'm always prioritized. I am in a happy relationship. Perfect. Those are perfect affirmations. Kevin, yes, I wake up next to my SP every morning and we have a conversation. Beautiful. I do have inner conversation on my YouTube channel. I have some videos with inner conversations if anyone needs additional help, right? And I do have a meditation with inner conversations to help you practice that. Inner conversations are powerful because you will create a blueprint. Let's say you're someone who's not that emotionally available or like emotionally intelligent, like in touch with sharing your feelings. If that's not you, then you practice that. Practice. If you haven't heard someone tell you that you are the love of your life, of their life, you are the love of their life, and that you inspire them to be the best, and that they love being at your side every minute. They love when you feel safe and secure. If you haven't heard that, you want to be practicing that. Okay, a lot, like practice that. Practice how that feels, because you will create the blueprint for that. You will create a reality with that experience when you put your attention on that. Why whatever for? Hello, SP just called me to suggest we start saving money to buy a house together. He wants our savings to equal. Amazing. Congratulations. That's amazing. Which is your dominant thoughts or your feelings that matter most? It's kind of like the chicken before the egg, right? Okay, because if you understand, what's the point? Okay, do we need, if we're in a place where we're trying to I get it, you have a question and you're trying to figure out, we want to have an understanding of this. When we have a feeling, our feeling creates more feelings. If we feel hurt, because we feel hurt, now we have more thoughts about being hurt. We also have more feelings about being hurt. And then it's a perpetual cycle, right? But the same thing, we could have a thought about something, and then that thought creates a feeling, and now that feeling creates more thoughts and feelings. Doesn't really matter in the big picture. Okay, the chicken before the egg. The egg before the chicken. Do we need to figure that out? I don't put my attention there. I could probably have 10 different people that are all coaches tell me all 10 different perspectives. Do I really care? I don't know. But what I know, here's what I know. I know where we put our attention is manifesting, and I proved it over and over and over. Okay, so just put your attention on the fulfillment of having your desire. What does that sound like? What does that look like? What does that feel like? We don't need, in my opinion, we don't need to really even go there. We don't have to go there, right? We don't have to go there. Is it our thoughts? Is it our feelings? What needs to be dominant? What needs to be dominant is that you're not aligned to the version of you who feels rejected. That's what's important. Okay. So practice. When you change your thoughts, we change our state of being. Really, actually, our state of being, if I'm feeling like I'm someone who's insecure and not sure of myself, well, if that's my state of being, then I will have thoughts and feelings from the state of being of I'm insecure. I'm an insecure person. And if I'm insecure, I will have thoughts that are insecure. And then when people do something, say something, I will take it as aligning with feeling insecure. I might say to my friends, did they say that to me because they don't like me? Because I'm assuming, based on my state of being, that it's negative. But no matter what someone says to us, we can, you could also take it as a positive. It doesn't mean it's a negative. Your state of being is creating the assumptions, your assumptions that you see in your world. So more importantly, I focus on, we can go in circles also. We could also go in circles with that whole topic. Do we want to be there going in circles, figuring out, is it my thoughts? Is it my feelings? Is it the state of being? It's all of it, because do you understand all the paradoxes? Because since infinity exists, all possibility exists, all of creation exists, it's like you could literally go down the rabbit hole. You could go down the rabbit hole. Do we want to be there going down a rabbit hole? Maybe it's this, maybe it's this. Or do we want to just decide because we know where we put our focus manifests. Okay, so put your attention on the fulfillment of your desire and you'll manifest it. Okay, you're manifesting based on our beliefs. We're manifesting based on our belief system. So, because I manifest without feeling emotionally, I manifest. When I was saying my legs are strong, I didn't feel like they were strong, but it was reflected back to me in my world. All right. So you get that? Like, let's put our focus on just you keep proving it to yourself. Keep proving and keep showing yourself you're the operant power. Build your confidence in your own manifesting abilities. And maybe you will be able to answer that question and you'll be able to tell me what the answer is. But again, when you tell me the answer, it's not one way. There's not one way to do this. Understand, what I'm teaching is not the one and only way. There is all possibilities of reality creation. There's reality transurfing. There's like Dr. Joe Dispenza, his perspective. There's Florence Scovel Shinn, her perspective. There's like Dolores Cannon, her perspective. Bashar, Sadhguru, all of these people teaching reality creation with a different perspective. Not one of them is right and one of them is wrong. They're just different perspectives. Okay? Yeah, we could go crazy thinking like that. Okay, so I just want you to understand that. I'm not trying to like beat a dead horse. I just really want you to understand that's not that important. What's more important is, what story do you tell about yourself on a daily basis? Okay. And it's about awareness. It's about your own awareness within. It's about you reaching a higher consciousness and aligning with, we can have anything we want in this life. And it's now that you have tapped into the knowing that you're a conscious creator, do you understand the magnitude of how you can change your life overnight? The people that know this change their life so quickly, where it would take someone else 10 years or 5 years to do that. And you knowing this, just say, I'm going to prove it to myself. I want you to prove it to yourself, because you will. I want you to be so inquisitive and so interested and so intrigued. You're like, I'm going to keep proving this to myself. Why not? Why would you want to be the person who has to work hard when you could just not lift a finger and live a reality where you shift into a reality where people just give you the gift of life? People give you gifts. Okay? So it's all about our perspective about reality. Liz, I'm so glad I've been able to catch one of your lives. The time difference in is it Australia or Austria? Is tricky. Yes, the time. And I'm usually not even live. I used to go, when I started going live like a year ago or more than a year ago, I was going at this time all the time. But then I started getting kind of tired. So now I usually go during the day when my kids are at school. Yeah, Jillian, I'm glad you're here too. I appreciate all of you. I'm so thankful that you're here. I'm thankful that you're waking up to this understanding. This is incredible. Do you understand? We literally have the key. This is the key to life. Why do you think Rhonda Burns called it the secret? Why did Earl Nightingale call, how did he state it? That basically it's the secret. He also said secret, right? It's kind of like the secret to life. We have tapped into the secret. And it's even a deeper understanding when you understand everyone is yourself pushed out. Oh, what did Earl Nightingale call it? The biggest secret? Maybe that if you guys know who Earl Nightingale is. I kind of want to look that up now because I'm curious. Or did he say the strangest secret? Okay, let me just look it up because I want to. Yeah, the strangest secret. So, The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale. Okay, so yeah, The Strangest Secret. So why did they call it that? And by the way, when was he alive? 1921 to 1989 is when he... Because they understood that there was some power and force. We are waking up to this understanding that life is not what it seems. It's an illusion, right? That's what illusion means. It's not what it seems. This reality we're living is not what it seems. Now, when you watch movies like Avatar, by the way, there's like a part 2 coming out soon, right? Or it's out. When we are watching these movies, even Star Wars, and when you start watching some of these movies, you know that these writers and producers and directors have some understanding of reality creation. CFN, how to fight negative feelings. Feel like try hard. They are so intrusive. It's okay to have a negative feeling. Don't fight them. I don't want you to even be thinking that it's fighting. You're not fighting. Why are you fighting your negative feelings? Fighting kind of implies that it's like it's there. When you fight it, it just stays there. Don't fight your negative feeling. Just allow it. You allow it. So what? I have negative feelings. So what? This isn't about, you've had negative feelings your whole life. You've had negative feelings your whole life. And not everything that you thought that was negative manifested. By the way, there were years that I watched those TV shows where it's like the scam artists. Year after year after year. I don't know why, but it was kind of like the Friday night thing was we were watching I don't know if it was on MSNBC. And it was called, it's so long ago, I feel like I can't even remember. It was something about greed. It was called American Greed. We would watch that every weekend, American Greed. And so I kind of realized when I started watching that, I was like, oh my God, I must have been so naive all my life because I didn't think that a doctor would be greedy or these lawyers would be greedy. And then now look, okay, so have I ever had an experience with a doctor that was greedy and faking surgery for me, or an attorney doing something like that? No. Okay, so I did have these negative thoughts and feelings but I didn't have any experience like that in my life. So what? You have negative feelings. You've been doing it your whole life. Just stop dwelling in the negative feeling. Things are only manifesting from dwelling in a state of negative feelings over and over and over. Don't be afraid of the negative feelings. It's not a big deal. Just decide, it's not a big deal. I had a negative thought. Now, when we think we're fighting it and I shouldn't have it, that's resistance. And that keeps it alive. That keeps your focus there. So how do you release it, right? You want it to feel not intrusive. You say to yourself, that's okay, I had a negative thought. I'm gonna work on shifting my focus on the reality I prefer. And the moment you do that, as you practice that, it'll feel better. You'll feel relieved. You'll feel relieved that it's okay that you had the thought. Don't be afraid of our thoughts. And you are not your thoughts anyway. You're choosing your reality. Okay? So let those be some of your affirmations, like, I choose my reality and I choose to live a dream life. I intend to wake up living a dream life. I intend to manifest more money than I can even imagine. I intend to have millions of dollars, or I intend to have that brand new house. Or see, you just have to focus. You have to train yourself to focus on the goals in life. Like whether it's focusing on dreams and goals would be better, even if it's not in the wish fulfilled. But if at least if you practice putting your attention there, you're aligning with that reality. Okay, more than oh, I had a negative thought. What's that going to do? What if it manifests? What if that happens? Now you're just putting all your attention there. Okay, I had a negative thought. So what? No big deal. Now you try to shift yourself. Other things you can do when you're having those negative feelings, right? Negative feelings, feeling unwanted. They didn't want me. I'm rejected. Well, what do you do in that moment? You change the topic of your life. That means go work out. Working out is, I feel like working out is one of the best things you can do. Because when you're working out and you get in that workout and you're just forgetting anything that's happening and you're focused on your body in the present moment, that's what you do. Go for a walk. I mean, I always have the same suggestions. Work out, go for a walk, breathing technique. Tapping could be powerful, right? I am worthy. I know I'm worthy. I am deserving of everything I want in my life. I am love and I am deserving. Okay, so that will put, because that's really powerful because you are putting your focus and your attention. Now you're feeling it, you're saying it. And now where's your attention on? I feel worthy. That will really help you get more focused on not thinking about, shifting your attention. You do want to shift your attention. You don't want to stay in the negative feeling. Okay, but you're going to say it's okay because that's going to help relieve it. All right. Which? Sometimes I feel empowered by affirming and other times feel it means I'm in lack or wouldn't need it. No, it's okay. I still say affirmations. I mean, I'm consistently saying affirmations. Okay. So I know it's like, it's not that I'm consistently saying affirmations, but I'm consistently creating thoughts that line up to the end of having desires in my life. Consistently aligning my thoughts to life is good and people are good and the world is safe and the world has my back. And you can go to general affirmations. Okay. So it doesn't mean you're in lack. It's like you want to keep, those are just say, these are my natural thoughts. My new natural thoughts are, I am empowered. It doesn't mean you're in lack, right? I am empowered. I intend. An intention can feel pretty good in the moment also. If we're stating an affirmation and it's like feeling not true and it's not feeling good and it feels like lack, just say, I intend to have a disciplined mind. I intend to have great focus and clarity. All right, Liz, I feel I've been gaining weight. I've been gaining weight lately. How do I reframe these thoughts to lose it again quickly? Weight just melts off my body. Remember, if you're gaining weight and then you look and then you say, oh no, I'm gaining weight and now this doesn't fit. Well, all of that just keeps you in that place of gaining weight or being in the same place and not having any movement. What do you need to do? Say, right, living in the end of losing weight. It's like, I love that I'm losing weight and I love how my body feels. And I love that my body responds to me. And I love that I eat the right things that feel good for me. And I love how easy it is to lose weight. And I love that I have great metabolism. Okay, I love that this happens quickly. I love that it's so easy for me to do anything with my life and my body. All right, guys, you know what? I'm going to wrap it up. I love you all. If you need additional help, you could work with me one-on-one. And the link in my bio shows many ways to work with me. I have a free Facebook group. My course, Master Your Reality by Mastering Your Self-Concept, is a blueprint for your self-concept. So if you need work on your self-concept, that is the place to go. Do the work on your own and create the vision and step into the new version of you with the blueprint. That is a powerful course. So I love you all. Have a great night and we'll see you next time. Bye.